Hi, my name is Shannon Krass, and I am the content specialist for Fresno County Superintendent of Schools in the STEM department. And I am really fortunate today that I get to be with you all to talk about something called counting collections. So we're not just going to talk about what counting collections is, but we're also going to talk about the why behind counting collections and how counting collections help us to help our students build inquisitive minds and challenge them on their everyday thinking. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So today, like I said, we are going to be talking about how to build inquisitive minds through counting collections and collaboration. So that might be the most important part of counting collections is the collaboration that we find between our students. My goal and hope for you is that after you listen to this short webinar, workshop, whatever you'd like to call it, you can take some of these immediate ideas and turn around and use them in your classroom even as early as tomorrow in order to help our early learning students. So before we get started, I want you just to take a quiet moment. And I want you to prepare your learning space. I'm not sure where you are. You might be with your PLC, you might be working at a site, you might be in your home, you might be in your car. Whatever the case may be, try to prepare your learning space, both physically and emotionally, so you can get ready for some really great learning today. Secondly, what I want you guys to do is to rate your current level of understanding of what counting collaborations is. I'm going to take you through a series of 3 short questions. And on those 3 short questions, you're going to rate yourself from 1 to 3. I'll say that again. You're going to rate yourself from 1 to 3. After we're done with that, I'm going to give you guys about an extra 30 seconds or so just to think or jot down what are your goals and questions that you may have for today. You can always email me those goals and those questions, and I will follow up with you as soon as I possibly can to help you through this process of learning about counting collections and then transferring them into our immediate learning in our classroom. So take just a moment, and we're going to take a look at our success criteria based on a scale of 1 to 3. 1 being you're a total newbie, to 3 being an expert. Remember, there is no judgment in any way, shape, or form as to where you are on that pendulum of understanding. It's just simply a self-rating for you to know where you are now, to hopefully where you are in 45 to 60 minutes from now, and that pendulum has begun to swing. So where would you rate yourself right now on question number 1? I know what counting collections is, and I feel comfortable trying it out in my classroom. I understand why counting collections is important. And I apologize. Let me give you a second to rate yourself first on question A and then on question B. And know that the difference between A and B is A is knowledge, B is the why behind counting collections, why it's important to use these in our classrooms. And C, rate yourself on a 1 to 3 of you can describe a counting collections lesson and all of its components. Where are you in that rating? So take about 30 seconds only, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and stop my screen share in order to be sure that it's shared with sound for some video we're going to share. But I want you to take 30 seconds to just think and write or brain dump whatever questions you may have about counting collections or any knowledge you may have about counting collections. So take those 30 seconds, like I said before, think, jot down any questions you might have or any knowledge you may currently have about counting collections as a general matter. I'm going to go ahead and give you 30 seconds for that. About 15 more seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and screen share once again. And when I do, we're going to take some time and go through first just the mathematics of counting, what it means to count for our young learners. So the mathematics of counting is tied so closely to counting collections. Okay, we're going to work through a couple of different things in this short presentation. One, the mathematics of counting, like I had stated. Two, what exactly is a counting collections lesson? Three, we'll take a look at some progression of student work, and we'll do that through video. We'll also look at how to plan a lesson. What do we need? What are the components that goes into a counting collections lesson? And lastly, I'm going to share a resource with you, a Padlet that has a variety of different planning tools in order for you to create your own counting collections lessons. So like I said, let's first get started with what is the mathematics of counting? What is it? So the mathematics of counting, you can look specifically at the Common Core Accounting and Cardinality Standard, sure, but what does that entail for our young learners? It entails number names, sequencing of numbers, name symbol relation, one-to-one correspondence, cardinality, relative size, and then my personal favorite, base 10 structure. All of these mathematics of counting can be incorporated into a counting collections lesson. It doesn't mean they are all in every counting collections lesson. You may choose to do a mini lesson where you focus on just one of these components of the mathematics of counting. And you'll see in a video that I'll show you, like I said, in a few moments, how the base 10 structure is incorporated within counting collections and how it's brought through the progression of student learning. So there are three fundamental counting principles. There are three fundamental counting principles. One, we have the ordered sequence of counting numbers. That means that numbers are assigned to the items in a collection. You have 100 items, it's named 100. You have the one-to-one principle. There is exactly one number from the sequence that is aligned to each item in the collection itself. Number 7 is number 7. Number 15 is number 15. A group of 10 is a group of 10, but it is still 10 ones. Lastly, we have the cardinal principle, which talks about how the last number of the sequence is assigned to the collection that represents the number of objects in the collection itself. That cardinal principle is what oftentimes our students jump to when they do estimation, but they have to have some number sense in order to get to the cardinal principle. So I have this little quote that I really like, and it states this: counting various quantities is the foremost human activity in which children engage beginning at a very tender age. I want you to think about students that you know or children in your own life, and when they begin counting, it's from the moment they begin to observe the things around them. Counting is the main property. It's so fundamental to our perception of quantity that it's seldom enunciated explicitly, meaning it's just understood that there is a number, an amount, a quantity associated with a group of objects. But remember, the purpose of counting is to assign a numeric value to a group of objects. So what makes counting possible? A simple fact that such a value exists, right? We have to know that 7 means 7. Guess what? Students have to know that 7 means 7. However, we go about counting the number of eggs in a basket. When we go about counting the number of eggs in a basket, the result is always the same. We often count them a couple of times just to see that we got the right number. But ultimately, the cardinality principle, the number of items are in the basket, no matter how you got to that number of eggs in the basket, it is always the same. So what we're going to do today is we're going to break a video down that I absolutely adore with a phenomenal teacher. And please know that her classroom didn't automatically start like this in the beginning. There was a lot of work put into setting routines and understandings of how accounting collections works. But we're going to take each video and just a short segment of it and stop and wonder and notice things that go on with each portion of this video in order to have a better understanding of the flow of accounting collections lesson and the why behind we should do it. Okay. So here we go. We're going to start by looking at what you notice and what you may wonder about the lesson objective. The Common Core requirements that go into this beginning portion of the lesson, and the lesson materials themselves. I'm going to say that again. We're going to start by taking a look at the lesson objective, the Common Core requirements, and the lesson materials that go into a video, or excuse me, into the lesson itself. I'm going to go ahead and open up a new window for you guys, because that one wasn't working for us. Here we go. So we're going to go ahead and just take a look at the first 3 minutes of this lesson, okay? As we're looking at the first 3 minutes of this lesson, remember, we're looking at the lesson objective, the Common Core requirements, and the materials of the lesson itself. Okay, so if you have your learning space around you, if you have a sticky note or any way to record your notices and wonders about the first 3 minutes of this video, now is the time to do so. Here goes.
My name is Stephanie Latimer, and today's lesson is counting collections with my kindergartners. My kindergartners have spent the year developing number sense, which they demonstrated in many ways, including counting collections. In this lesson, I'm asking them to count collections with between 50 and 250 objects, depending on their skill level. As the year progressed, my students seemed really ready to move into understanding their collections in the frame of basic place value. We had previously spent a lot of time organizing our collections in efficient and accurate ways, so it seemed natural to begin talking about tens and ones, and then move into discussing how 10 tens could make 100, and then for them to see this in their collections counting. Doing this work now helps prepare my students for the work they will be doing in first and second grade. They are given a collection and some organizational tools, and they're asked to count whatever's in the collection. And then they are asked to record how they counted and what they counted. So I'm going to give you one thing to think about today before you go count your collections. Are you ready to hear the one thing?
Yeah.
It's with your recording. So as a teacher, I like being able to just have a short mini lesson that's like, you could try this today. So once you've counted your collection, I want you to think about your recording, Salman. And I'm noticing a lot of people are recording like this. So they're putting 10, 20, 30, and then they have their ones here and they're saying 31, 32, 33. And that's great. That's a great way to record how you counted. That's how you're saying your count. But I want to ask you something about this. Is there actually 20 things inside this cup?
No.
Show me on your fingers how many things are actually inside that cup. Yeah. So another way, go ahead and put your hands back in your cookie jar. Another way to show that, and I've noticed a couple people do this before, record like this. They put 10, 10, 10, and then below it you can tell me how you counted. 10, 20, 30, like that. Can you try that for me today?
Yeah.
If you would like to? Okay, so let's go over counting collections really quickly. I have a partner. You have to have collections that are at the right level for your kids. We had collections from 150 up to beyond 300. There's little like pom-poms from the craft store, marbles, baseball cards, any little thing that you can fit into a Ziploc bag that they can organize, they'll be able to count. You and your partner need to decide how we're gonna count. So you might have to play rock, paper, scissors about that. Either by 5s or by 10s is your choice today. Did I say 2s?
No.
We're just gonna do 5s or 10s today, okay? Sound good?
So as you can see there, she is a wonderful teacher that is just sharing her love of counting for a specific reason for her students. Now, I had asked you to think about the lesson objective, the Common Core requirements, and the materials that went into the lesson. Hopefully you jotted down some of these things I'm going to go over quickly for yourself as well. So first of all, I believe her lesson objective was a general number sense in addition to her progression into base 10. Okay. And I love the idea of the mini lesson. It's that fact that whatever you capture in that moment, you can quickly take a look at, but it doesn't have to be a long drawn out another part of the lesson itself. Okay. So her objective really was counting objects between 50 and 250 and moving into place value. As for Common Core, we have those little things that bleep up on the screen that give us a little hint, but we can say that counting in cardinality, sequencing, and counting within 1,000, those are all Common Core requirements that go with our standards for early learning that are embedded within Counting Collections lesson itself. If you're going to do a younger than kinder, TK, pre-K, you simply would reduce instead of within the thousands, you would look at the preschool standards. The lesson materials, very clearly laid out. Any items for collection that you have that can fit into a little sandwich bag, Dollar Tree, Oriental Trading Company, whatever it is, however you want to collect items, that is up to you. It's your prerogative for what you want to include in there. The idea though is to make sure that there is an array of choices that are appropriate for the number of items in the bag for where your students are developmentally. If you're doing a pre-K, TK, you do not want a collection that's up into the 250s at this point in time, unless you have a child that has progressed beyond where they are right now with their simple beginning numbers of 0 to 10. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the second portion of our lesson, second portion of the video. When we were talking about the second portion of the video, we are going to talk about the lesson procedure itself. When we're talking about the lesson procedure itself, it looks like this. Go ahead and bring this up for you. The lesson procedure itself, you're going to be looking at how the students are sharing ideas, the multiple ways in which they are counting, and also the recording of the counting. So when we look at this next section, I'm going to tell you again, I want you guys to look at the sharing of ideas, that collaboration piece that's vital to our classrooms and to Counting Collections, the multiple ways in which the students are counting, and the recording of the counting itself. I'm going to go ahead and stop that share so I can pull it back up again for you guys. Here it goes. So let's take a look at those items in this one.
So did you agree on what you're going to count by?
Yes.
What did you decide?
10s.
You're going to count by 10s? Learning is constantly happening. No matter what you do, they're going to be learning. Either they're learning how to work with someone else, or they're learning how to write numbers, or they're learning how to count rote counter. They're learning how to organize something mathematically.
You can count by twos on one plate.
You could, to make a 10?
Yeah.
Tell me what you mean by that.
Like, you grab two and you say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Aha, so you could count by twos, but make groups of 10. Do you feel comfortable sharing that with the class? So Caleb had a really good idea because, is it because you like counting by twos, maybe? Okay, he was saying how you could still count by twos, but make a group of 10. So do you want to show everyone what you mean by that?
2, 4, 8, 6. We're surrounded. 8, 10.
10, yeah. So you see how he counted by twos to make a group of 10? So you could try that if you want to, too, with your group. Go ahead and keep counting. Thanks, Caleb. That's a good idea. What are you guys counting by?
B10s.
By tens, okay. So you're using plates to put groups of 10, and then you're using a 10 frame. So the 10 frame works because you can put how many things on a 10 frame?
Just 10. You don't even have to count.
Right, so you don't even have to count it, you just fill it up. So is that what you're using, JT? Okay, so I'm gonna come back once you have your count organized and see how many you have. Okay?
9, 10.
My expectations are that once they have their count organized and they have recorded their count, then they raise their hand and I come over and we talk about what they did. So you did what I asked you to try. You put the tens, you told me how many tens, and then you counted up at the bottom. So if you were gonna write down right here how many were there, what would you write? 1. There you go. So what's your number again? 131. Okay. So can you?
So if we go back to those 3 parts of this portion of the lesson, we talk about the lesson procedure and our sharing of ideas, right? The sharing of ideas. There was lots of chatter in the background. You heard the kids collaborating, and her expectation as that once they have shared how they've done it and once they've recorded it, they get to talk with her. They get to talk with the teacher about how they actually came to the number that they came to, which in this case was 131, which is the last young man that you saw. Now, remember the lesson procedure. It's very important to give the objective, which she has done, right? And I loved how she asked, do you agree with your partner or me with what you are counting? Do you agree? Do you have that collaboration, that conversation, that talking to confirm and justify the answer that you have, right? And when she pulled aside the young man for counting by twos for the mini lesson, she took that opportunity to highlight a win-win situation for the young man and also for the students around her and around him, and to be able to use that procedure or that routine back in their own particular lessons in counting that they were doing. Lastly, I don't know if you guys noticed, there were definitely the recording sheets that she used, but she also had the tools, which is another common core, using tools appropriately, the tools of the 10 frames, in addition to the organizational cups as well. Okay. So we're going to keep moving on. And the next portion of the lesson, we're going to look at the progression of counting collections and how this teacher helps the students move from counting by ones into base 10. When you were looking and watching and recording whatever notations you have for this portion of the lesson, I want you to look really specifically at the organizational tools. Okay, really specifically at the organizational tools. And I also want you to look at, like I said, their understanding of place value, how she pulls them through this progression. And it gives us the idea about how when our students are very little, very young developmentally, and they are counting by ones in a very concrete way into a more abstract way, still modeled with base 10. Here goes.
Something I was excited to see was a lot of my kids making hundreds, because that's kind of the next step that I've been guiding in my conferences.
So I want help sticking them together. So like erase this
So making hundreds?
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do? Make hundreds?
Yeah.
Okay. JT, are you interested in making hundreds also?
Yeah.
So can you put your boards down for a second and we can do this together? So we have 10 here, right?
Yeah.
So what if I put these? Now how many do we have?
20,
Okay.
30, 40, 50, 60, 70,
80,
90.
100. So we want to stop there, right? So we know we have 100 there. So Mari, you could just draw this. JT, what if you just circled 100? Do you know what I mean by that? Not sure? Okay, let me tell you what I mean. So we could count up to 100 and then you could just circle it with your pencil. So let's count. 100. So we could just stop here and you could just circle. Can I show you what I mean? Is that okay? So you could just circle this and write what? How many did we just count?
100.
And you just write 100 like that. You guys, that's amazing. Look, you recorded the same thing, but you recorded it very differently.
So I think there's several things to notice and wonder about in that video, that portion of the video, I should say. If we took a look at the progression of the place value, how they moved into the hundreds, that's where this particular teacher was with this particular student. She was meeting the students where they were, right? But here's the cool thing is that if your students are ready for their hundreds, you could have done that same thing with ones moving into tens. If you had a collection of 20 items versus 203, and your students were counting 1, 1, 1, 1, you could show them in a mini lesson or in a small group collaboration how to circle that set of ones and create their first set of 10. So it's that same idea of moving across the progression and moving into place value from the concrete counting by ones. So we have one last segment to watch. And the last segment we're going to watch is we're going to really kind of talk about the teacher talk moves that occur when you have very common roadblocks in counting and collaborations, because there are certainly going to be roadblocks, okay? So stop for a moment and just jot down which roadblocks you think might be occurring. What common errors, common misconceptions do you think your students might come across, and will you come across when you are watching and observing and questioning your students in their counting collections lesson? Okay, this is the last portion of it.
So can you count for me? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, wait, 10, 20, 30, 40.
I've noticed a lot of students having trouble, if there's 20 cups out there, remembering which ones they've counted.
130.
So this says 200 though. So when I count, sometimes it helps me to move the ones I've counted so that I know I already counted them. Do you want to try that? Why don't you try that and see if that helps you get to what you recorded?
10, 20, 30, 180,
And this one you didn't count. I was watching carefully. 200. So that's exactly what your board says. Another issue that sometimes comes up in recording is writing bigger numbers. Did you have some questions? What are your questions?
How much to make 120?
How much to make 120? I'm not sure what you're asking me. Are you thinking, what does 120 look like? Oh, so where could we find that in our classroom?
The calendar?
Not on the calendar. The calendar doesn't go to 120, but we do have another resource. Do you know what it is? Can I show you? Okay, let's go look. So, Dariana, come on over here. Where is 120? Ooh, you're pointing to two different things and they have the same number, so I can see why you're confused. So this, we say 101, 102. So that's 102. Dariana, why do you think it's here?
Because we have 1,
Right, so we know that this is what?
120.
Well, just without the 1, it's 20, right? So this is 120. So why don't you go ahead and make sure you have that written on your clipboards, and then you can get a new collection. Honestly, it's one of the days where I'm planning math and I think, yes, we're counting collections, because it's very independent for them, and it's a great way for me to check in with each of my students and kind of see where they are in a lot of different areas. Socially, are they working well together with somebody else? But mathematically, are they reasoning through things? Are they persevering? You know, are they not giving up on themselves? And are they understanding the kind of the concepts that we've been discussing?
So that is the final portion of the lesson I wanted to show you. And I hope that what you noticed in that last portion was the teacher talk moves, in addition to the teacher's ability to show the students where to find the answers themselves, still guiding them when they had a common error, such as organization or unable to write the numbers as they appeared. So as I promised, I wanted to take you guys also through the planning of accounting collections lesson. So we'll take a quick look at what that looks like. Let's go ahead and go back to this one for you. Okay. There we go. And the planning of accounting collections lesson. So there are some components that you have to think about beforehand in order for accounting collections to work smoothly, right? There's some things you have to think about. So what items can you use to create your various collections? What might you have at home? Decks of cards, puzzles, craft, pom-poms, pencils, crayons, anything that you could have in your home. What's already in your classroom? Markers, cubes, etc. What could you borrow from the school/supply room? You could always use paper clips, rubber bands. Think about things that are commonly hanging around that are just literally sitting there. Students can use those for counting collections. You could always do a parent letter to get some type of donations. You also could contemplate using some type of shared library of collections where everyone creates a group of them and shares them, or you could have everyone create their own. Here's some pictures of what counting collections look like. These are items I know that you've seen in your classrooms quite often. We've got our clothespins, our red and yellow counter, some pom-poms, some puzzles, some white beans, popsicle sticks. You have some cute little things. Looks like maybe they got them at the Dollar Tree store. You have some dice, some wooden blocks. Oftentimes we have manipulatives from a very long time ago, just sitting in a closet somewhere. Those are fantastic things to make and use for counting collections items. There are 4 questions you need to teach, there are 4 questions that you need to ask yourself before you teach a counting collections lesson. And these are really important because they help you build your scope and sequence and build into the timing of when and how you want to introduce counting collections. So you need to think about what will students need to focus on in order to work successfully on this task. So that goes back to the setting of those routines, that collaboration piece, the materials themselves, the items themselves, the recording tools. How are you going to orient students to this content? You could teach this lesson whole class to model it. You absolutely can do counting collections whole class to model it. You can do it in small groups to model it before you let them go work in partnerships. How are you going to support students working together? That really comes down to what type of classroom management are you comfortable with? How do you want to make students be successful in collaboration? And the last one is probably the most important, is how do you orient students to each other's mathematical ideas? That sharing of ideas. And I think the clue for me in that video was when that teacher was able to stop, bring in ideas, share them as a mini group, and then once again, release the students. So that brings us back to where we started. I said, take a moment to prepare your learning space, rate your current level of understanding, and think and jot down what are your goals and questions for today. Really what I want you to do is we're going to look at these questions once again. And my hope is that if you were a 1, you've started to slowly move to a 2. If you're a 2, you've moved toward the pendulum to a 3. If you're a 3 and you're already an expert, I can't wait to hear your resources and ideas, because truthfully, you are the ones that are constantly in the classroom right now. You are the experts in early learning as we speak. And I welcome any and all of your ideas. So here's our success criteria. On a scale of 1 to 3, 1 being a total newbie to 3 being an expert, where would you rate yourself right now? On question A, I know what counting collections is, and I feel comfortable trying it out in my classroom. And that could even be as a whole group. Doesn't necessarily need to be small group partners, or it could be in a small group station setting. Where would you rate yourself? Secondly, I understand why counting collections is important. Hopefully what you were able to take out of this short presentation is just the massive amount of mathematical practices that are embedded within counting collections, in addition to the Common Core standards that are also extremely evident. And lastly, can you describe a counting collections lesson and all of its components? So if you had a friend that wasn't able to attend our our workshop together, and you want to share ideas with them in a PLC atmosphere, could you explain to them the different components of a counting collections lesson? So as I promised, I do have a resources page, okay? On this resources page, it includes things like how to set up a counting collections lesson, what it looks like in the classroom, teacher moves, troubleshooting, mock parent letter, student recording sheets, and observations of counting collections. So those resources can be found here on the Padlet, or the QR code that will link directly to your Padlet. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Padlet. I'm also going to give you a moment to scan that QR code. And your Padlet looks like this. So here are some counting collections resources that I put together. There are many, many, many more, but this could get you started. I never like to throw too many on there. It's a little overwhelming sometimes, but these are the basics of some of the resources that go behind a counting collections lesson, okay? And this is yours to access at any point in time. If you can't access it, simply shoot me an email and I will make sure that you have the capability to click on the link or scan the QR code. You can see here, I just included the Common Core standards with counting. Here is a rubric for counting collections, which is the second part in the series that goes on to the formal assessment piece of counting collections. Here's a fantastic professional learning book on young children's mathematics that incorporates these ideas plus many, many, many more in an extremely eloquent, incredible fashion. There's lots of videos that are embedded within this book as well. Here is just some ideas of conferring conversations. As you listen to that teacher, you notice all the conversations she had and all the teacher talk moves that she was able to bring into every conversation with her students. These are just sort of some sentence frames for you to allow that to happen in an easier fashion. This is one of my most favorite resources, because done counting, now what? Right? That is a constant question we have for our students. We're done counting. Now, what do I do? Here's some ideas of what you can do, how you can lead the students towards next steps. Here is a counting collections lesson. It's just a bundle that has all sorts of different resources to use. This is a fantastic blog that gives you kind of the ins and outs of math and meaningful moments. Here's your counting collections on TED.org, which includes lots of cool videos. And then this is something I came up with itself, which is just a counting collections brief observation, if you wanted to do something like that on a clipboard type of an atmosphere to use to guide your students' learning. And this, of course, is the UCLA Math Project, Math at Home, which incorporates all sorts of resources that you can use not only in your classroom, but that parents can use with their children at home as well. So that brings us to our last and final slide. And I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for your time. I appreciate all of your hard work and your willingness to sit here with me and be a part of this learning and improvement of our craft. Being able to truthfully construct ideas and teach our students how to collaborate through counting collections is one of my absolute favorite things to do in the classroom. And I hope you're able to take some of these little ideas and use them as quickly as tomorrow in any of your early learning classrooms. Thank you again for your time. I appreciate all of you and have a wonderful day.